And inshaAllah remind always for myself on a very just short subject of pictures and the reality behind a photo, that from understandings of haqqaiq and the understanding of the world of light, that a picture is from Allah's creation, not something you draw, but what a camera captures a face, and with that face is attached with a soul. The importance in pictures, because the extremists they say no pictures allowed, but that is a very lengthy process and discussion, that it was not destroyed, it was a picture that was a distraction in the salah, and Prophet had ordered that drawing to move because it's a distraction from salah. It had nothing to do with photograph, but the photograph is a capturing from Allah's creation, that you cannot modify Allah's creation. And the reality and the haqqaiq towards the understanding, one understanding of the photo is that the soul and the reality of the soul, that with that surah, with that face and that physicality behind it, within it is a reality of light, and the soul that is attached to that photo. Means that when pious people whom Allah has freed their soul, means they work from their soul, they operate from the level of their soul, wherever their surah goes, immediately their soul is moving through that. So when we think from the world of light, when we have a photo, and this has nothing to do with worshipness again, because the crazy people who hear this and start thinking about worshipness, this is the reality of what's happening with that soul. That when you have the picture of a pious servant of Allah whom Allah has given lights to their soul, reality to their souls, means their soul is free to move the way Allah wants it to be moving. As soon as you look at the face of somebody pious, your soul and their soul is instantly communicating, because your soul is not jahal, your body may be ignorant, your body and your nafs may not be open to realities, but your soul is from oceans of Hayy al-Qayyum. The soul is ever watchful, ever present, knows of its realities in paradise, and stuck with the donkey that Allah has given to it. If that donkey is trained, clean and understands, it allows the soul to govern. If the donkey is abusive and powerful, it controls and blocks the realities from the soul. But that soul, when it looks at the face of somebody pious, immediately the soul understands the madad. It calls for that soul to be present through the eyes faster than the speed of thought. Sayyidina Sulaiman had from one who knew the knowledge of the book, said, I bring you an imitation, because it can't be stealing the throne of Shiva, I'm going to bring you the throne of Shiva by the time you blink your eye. With that speed, faster than the speed of thought, the soul immediately calls upon the soul of that pious one, and immediately the soul of that pious one is present, dressing, blessing and connecting with them. And that is from the realities of the oceans of light. Nobody can say, no, that's not true. The oceans of light, they are everywhere. It's a matter if we've opened our heart to bring that reality out and that reality to govern us. If we rely solely on the physicality and the limitations of the physicality, we are the ones who are losing. Those who purify themselves and open their realities means they're operating through the world of their soul. They become latif, they become subtle. The zikr they do, they feel the zikr. Why? Because these lights and energies are all around us. The salawats they make, they feel the presence of Prophet's emanations and his blessings back upon that soul. They feel that light, they feel that energy. Means from the understanding of the world of light, that the pictures you have of pious people, when you look at them, their light is coming to be present with you and you begin to receive their faiz and their blessings. And that's why it's so important in days of difficulty that the face of pious people to be spread around the world. Because with them and those that are authorized in the distribution of that reality means they have a protection. When their face is sent out, the reality of their soul is present and it moves. When somebody looks at them, their soul is connecting with them and coming towards guidance, coming towards light, coming towards protection. And Mawlana Shaykh was saying that, you distribute my face, it's enough for somebody to look at my face once and I intercede for them on the Day of Judgment when Allah inshaAllah grant the right of that intercession. Why? Because the soul of that wali immediately moving to be present with that person. If that connection from paradise becomes present, it's never broken. The rules of malakut are the rules of the heavens. The rules of the heavens, if you step into a paradise you can never leave that paradise. Means there must be a reality from your light always attached with them, and that becomes the wisdom and the reality of photos of awliyaullah, photos of pious people, photos of the saliheen whom Allah pleased with them. Their light is moving to be around us, our soul is calling upon them and feeling that connection. Imagine then through live video that from soul to soul you are making a connection. If your body could realize it, you know that for pious people when they watch other pious people they feel their soul in their presence. They merely look and their soul is there with that wali, accompanying them wherever and whatever association they are taking. Means that understanding is important for us to understand this. There's an energy moving. If we are ignorant of it, that's a separate issue. Now in the world of darkness, that is another issue. That when you put your face out everywhere and you don't have protection and you don't have a level of training in which you've been authorized that we are protecting you. Because when you operate rogue and you operate solo means that who's standing behind you to protect you? 99.9% don't have that protection, and that's why shaitan is moving all of these social medias so that people put their face, put their face, put their face. Means a tremendous amount of energy is now being transferred. If somebody has a very bad intention and somebody has a very negative energy, by looking at the face and looking at that person's soul, because the soul behind that, when this shaitan looking at that soul, immediately that shaitan is moving to attack that person. And they don't know from where their problems are coming, they don't know from where their difficulties are coming. Because again these realities, they are not researching them, they're not going back into the oceans of reality. 50 to 60 years ago people were very scared of photographs. They understood that there's a soul behind that image, it's not a drawing, this is Allah's creation. So when the shayateen who have very negative energy, they merely can look at a face and begin to send negative energy. But the shuyukh, the reverse. Because Allah protecting them, and this is a part of their job description, means Allah send them forth and we are protecting you. At the same time when they look at a photo, their soul is present with that individual and they can make du'a on that individual, and if Allah grant and Prophet grant and awliyaullah grant, they can be brought into guidance, they can be brought in under shifa and healing. Means there's a tremendous reality about that. And the same as the understanding to the negativity, that don't disseminate your photo just recklessly everywhere, because people who are looking at it with bad intention, they are sending tremendous negative energies. Imagine then disseminating the photo of your children on the internet, by putting your wives, putting your children, putting all the things that are precious to you all over. All sorts of energies are being conveyed, all sorts of enmity and bad desires are being sent. And that's what becomes very difficult in dark days, that people not understanding the reality of the photo. Why is it that shaitan wants so much to spread that and for everybody to be posting themselves and posting images of themselves everywhere? So that this negativity and this negative energy keep multiplying until people become filled with negativity and difficult lives and difficult energies. So it means understanding for us towards the pious people. When we look at pious people, our soul feels happy, our day feels happy. It's not anything to do with worshipping, because we don't worship people. But when you look at something good, even you look at a rose and you remember its fragrance, and all your senses go back to what the importance of that rose was for you. You remember its fragrance, you remember its beauty, it brings a pleasure within the heart. Imagine from Allah's وَلَقَدْ كَرَمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ, what Allah created and gave of a gift, means that when you look to pious people, you bring back the love of Sayyidina Muhammad. You feel a pleasure and a contentment within the heart. That's towards the positive. And always a warning is that the negative is very negative, that there are people with horrible desires, horrible energies. If they take a glance at something, they have the ability to send all that negativity onto people. We pray that Allah guide us, bless us and inspire always in our hearts to take the safer path and safer understanding. Bi hurmati Muhammadan Mustafa wa bi sirri Surat al-Fatiha.